Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos and articles on the golden era of bodybuilding. Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here. Today I have the very sad announcement that Golden Era bodybuilder Jusup Wilkosz has passed away at the age of 71. Although the cause of death is yet unknown, the legendary bodybuilder, who was friend and training partner of Arnold Schwarzenegger, achieved a very high standard of bodybuilding during the late 70s and early 80s, becoming a multiple-time world champion. Today, I'd like to pay tribute to the great German Hercules and celebrate his life and achievements in bodybuilding, and finally pray that the man nicknamed Zeus due to his spectacular beard has rejoined the other bodybuilding greats in Mount Olympus. Enjoy. Jusup Zeus Wilkosz was a German bodybuilder that rose to stardom during the late 70s and early 80s, which is considered by many the golden era of bodybuilding. He was nicknamed the German Hercules due to his strength, as well as Zeus due to his spectacular beard and phenomenal physique as shown in this photo, which made him look like the mythical Greek god. His career was well documented due to his friendship with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and thankfully there are many photos of Jusup training with Arnold and Franco, which will be featured today. And these were actually taken, most of the photos at least that I know of Jusup were taken by his longtime friend Albert Busek, who's also a longtime friend of Arnold and Franco. Jusup was actually born in Baden-Württemberg in the city of Heilbronn in Germany, which is actually about 2 to 3 hours north of Switzerland. It's a state neighboring Bavaria. And he was born actually on November the 8th, 1948. His first job was a postal inspector, and soon after he began training in a gym. He initially trained for about twice a week and focused essentially just on weightlifting. That was his chosen first kind of iron sport, so to speak. And soon after a few years of training, he became a national champion. Here's a very early photo of Jusup, and you can already see the thickness in his physique. He was well known for having this very thick, rugged, and Herculean physique, and very on in his career, you can already see that foundation that he built using weightlifting and, of course, then bodybuilding. By the late 70s, Jusup took the world of bodybuilding by storm by initially winning the 1978 and 1979 IFBB World Amateur Championships, and also in 1979 winning the German Bodybuilding Championship. Truly, the late 70s and early 80s were the era of Zeus. The year of 1980 proved to be the pinnacle year for Jusup's bodybuilding career. Here he is showing his aesthetic, ripped, muscular, dense physique. It's all there. I mean, he had that fantastic muscular density, the thickness in the musculature, the great muscular delineation and aesthetic proportions. He ended up winning in 1982 World Championships, starting off with the IFBB 1980 World Pro Competition. And 1980 truly proved to be the year of the Germans, as Jusup continued his World Championship form by being crowned the 1980 IFBB Mr. Universe, whilst later that year Arnold came back to take, of course, the infamous 1980 Mr. Olympia. Here's another classic black and white photo from Albert Busek. He's a great photographer. Here's the photo taken, I believe, from the 1980 Mr. Universe, with Jusup having his arm raised in the air, being crowned the champion of the 1980 IFBB Mr. Universe competition. Now, for many of you that may not know, Jusup actually did compete in the Mr. Olympia competitions, with his highest placing being third at the 1984 Mr. Olympia, which I will now scroll a video of. It was his greatest achievement at the Mr. Olympia.
Let's have another former Mr. Germany and a former Mr. Universe. A very nice round of applause now as we welcome. You got it! Jusup Wilkosz!
Now, unfortunately, Jusup's bodybuilding career was cut short when he was truly reaching his peak due to several injuries and then later on personal problems. However, he did reappear into the bodybuilding world by releasing his biography titled Was bleibt Jusup Wilkosz, eine romanhafte Biografie, which was basically translated to What Remains, Jusup Wilkosz biography. And that's actually still available on Amazon in German, but due to its popularity, it was actually later translated into English. So you can actually find Jusup's biography, if you're interested, on Amazon in English. As mentioned earlier, Jusup's bodybuilding career was well documented due to his friendship with both Arnold and Franco. And I'd like to now scroll several photos, some funny and some very serious, of Jusup training with both Arnold and Franco, and just have a moment's silence as we celebrate the life of Jusup Wilkosz. Enjoy. After many years of losing contact with the bodybuilding world, Jusup would eventually reunite with Arnold thanks to German bodybuilder Christian Meyer. And here is a recent photo that they took actually earlier this year. You can see Jusup is in the middle, Arnold's on the right, and Christian's on the left. So I hope you've enjoyed this tribute to Jusup Zeus Wilkosz, the German Hercules, who unfortunately has passed away. Again, may you rise to the heavens and reach your friends who are awaiting you at Mount Olympus. You will always be remembered, and from what I understand, especially from a friend of mine who was actually a very close friend of Jusup, he did tell me that Jusup will always be remembered for being a very kind and gentle soul. He truly was, according to my friend. And I truly hope that again you've enjoyed watching this tribute to the great Jusup Wilkosz. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't to the Golden Era Bookworm, and leave me a comment, and thank you again for watching. That's it for now, and this is the Golden Era Bookworm saying once again, may you rest in peace, Jusup Wilkosz. Bye for now. Now, if you'd like to learn more about the old school techniques and methods of the Silver and Golden Era champs such as Don Howarth, Steve Reeves, Chuck Sipes and many more, please visit my website www.goldenerabookworm.com, where you'll find out-of-print books and courses on old school bodybuilding. And for an entertaining look at the history of bodybuilding's supplement industry, I would highly recommend watching Subs the Movie, which I have collaborated in, available at Amazon Prime and Vimeo.
Hi everybody, I just want to recommend this phenomenal book, Vince's Secret Locker, volume number 2 by Carl Coyne. I've been looking at this for about 4 weeks and I can't put it down. If you get a chance, check it out. He also has a part 1 that I highly recommend also. Vince was the trainer to the stars and had an amazing, interesting gym that today there's still not equipment like it around. It was all made out of wood. He'll be on our radio show coming up probably in the next couple weeks or so. Have a great day, and again, highly recommend this book.